Thanks for staying tuned to the middleman. My case, Nigerian politicians' hypocritic oath. Doctors have sworn to the Hippocratic Oath, a foundational ethical standard for physicians emphasizing patient care, confidentiality, and avoiding harm. It seems Nigerian politicians, however, have sworn to what I call the Hippocratic Oath. That's the hypocrisy of condemning killings only when committed by people we adjudge as lesser citizens. Northern leaders and elites suddenly found their voices to condemn the killings of 16 Fulani herders, hunters, killed when arms were found on them by vigilantes in Urumi, Edo State. After a tip-off, and one of the hunters stabbed a vigilante who was searching their vehicle. 1. Preacher Mrs. Eunice Mujisola Olaole was allegedly killed by religious fanatics at the early hours of Saturday, 9th July 2016 in Kubwa, Abuja, for preaching on the streets. 2. A pastor's wife, Bridget Aghaime, who sold kitchen utensils at Kano City's Kofa Wambai market, was killed June 2nd, 2016 after she asked a Muslim engaged in ablution, Alhaji Dauda, to remove his cleansing from her shop front. 3. On May 12, 2022, a female student, Deborah Samuel, was killed by a mob of fellow students at the Shehu Shagari College of Education in Sokoto after being accused of posting blasphemous statements on a WhatsApp group. We all condemn jungle justice, but in the 3 instances I just gave, the northern governors didn't go to the southern governors of these victims to commiserate with them. When a herder has a gun, he's a hunter. When a farmer defends himself against an armed attack, he's sentenced to death by hanging. A farmer, Bawa One, was arrested for poisoning his farm last week in Agatu local government area of Benue State, which led to the death of 13 cows. Yet, one herder and his 12 cows were killed by thunder in Kauro local government area in southern Kaduna last week also, and no one is blaming the gods. Northerners are threatening reprisals for the killings in Uromi. Arewa Consultative Forum is also giving ultimatum for the killers to be fished out. Northern elites are criticizing jungle justice now, but they didn't criticize the lack of government response to the crimes of these marauding herders over the last 10 years. Hypocritically, they claim Deborah's killing was within their religious rights. These voices didn't ask for justice during the Owo massacre in Ondo State in 2022. For weeks, there have been protests in Enugu, Edo, Bayelsa, Ondo against Fulani herders who attack people's farms, kill the men, rape the women, and then feed the farm produce to their cattle. These voices must have sworn to the Hippocratic Oath. Since President Buhari got into power in 2015, we have seen the onslaught of Fulani herders in the north, kidnapping, maiming, raping, and receiving ransoms. If a government official is not defending them, claiming they're just bandits looking for daily bread, an APC apologist will claim they're freedom fighters. These hypocritical elites from the north, who are mostly affected, don't criticize the herders or bandits for their crimes. It's when people take laws into their hands that they find their voices. What happened in Uromi, although condemnable, is the direct result of people losing trust in our security system. Terrorists who kill are pardoned and rehabilitated. Yet, we want people not to defend themselves against deadly attacks. Many years ago in Lagos, armed robbers would write letters to landlords informing them they were coming, meaning, prepare for us. Have money at home. They would come, kill, rape and plunder. The police couldn't help. Citizens formed associations, building gates and employing private security outfits to secure their communities. It's the same thing the community in Uromi did, forming vigilante groups to protect themselves because the Nigerian government has failed them. Isn't it the same thing that southwestern governments did with the formation of Amotekun? Now, Ondo State is under the siege of the herders again, maybe because Governor Akeredolu, who pioneered Amotekun to protect his people, is dead. The current government of Ondo and Edo seem incapable of protecting their states. They look on helplessly, hence the people resort to self-help. Here's my verdict. In international law, if you want peace, you must be prepared for war. Not knowing what's in your arsenal, the enemy will trespass with caution. Hence, To prevent jungle justice in Nigeria, the Nigerian state must provide security and prevent armed attacks on its own citizens. But when the Department for Security Services, DSS, is asking citizens to defend themselves, we cannot and must not criticize people for how they do it.
This is very contemporary. I mean, the farmers' herders clash is one case that have been with us for too long, and so many lives have been lost as a result of this.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. And we cannot say this enough that when you call the herders hunters overnight, I don't understand the way the journalists are coining this. Many of them are scared of the Fulani. They want to be politically correct. So all of a sudden, so all of a sudden, these herdsmen
have become hunters
that carry AK-47 have become hunters. All of a sudden. Because the Urumi's case, there's something I know about the Fulanis. They are nomadic in nature.
Yep.
And their nomadic acculturation is not for hunting games. It's for rearing existing cattle that they have. They don't hunt. They are not given to hunting. So even if, assuming but not considering they were hunters, were they hunting from the north to the south? I mean,
they will hunt it by the forest and sell it by the road.
Please, people should stop saying hunters, that they were having the gun they had with them has to do with hunting and all that. These are Fulani herdsmen who rear cattle, who have taken over not just Edo State, Delta State, the southeast.
Enugu.
They have taken occupants of a huge, expanse of land in the south. And there they are attacking villagers. We saw videos of them uprooting cassavas.
Is this because of the desertification in the north?
Well, it has to do with climate change, really, because even the Lake Chad, we have problem with that. That is a different conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, but that is not a reason. Even if you have to come into another man's region to graze, you are not supposed to graze on people's farm.
True.
It's wrong. Now, a cassava plantation where you have, it takes so much to process. Yes, to grow it. You have to weed twice, sometimes 3 times.
Jesus.
Then you have to ensure that you protect it from antelope and the rest of the cattle. You keep it clean and all that. Then, when it's time to harvest them, you're not going to attack the villagers, kill the men, rape the women, displace the children, then harvest their cassava and feed it
to your cattle.
It's too much. It's too much. We're not saying that what they did in Uromi was right. I'm not saying that. I do not condone violence. But I'm saying that those who will leave their region, go to another man's region and take over the entire space. Like Okonkwo said in Things Fall Apart, that if a man leaves his house and come into my hut and defecate, what should I do to him? Referring to the white man, say, I will take a stick and break his head. Okay? So it's just a very difficult situation to have. The federal government must step into this matter. We have said it time and again that even these cattle, they are moving from one place to the other. Cattle by nature don't like going far distance. They are not horses. They are not donkeys. They are not camels. Camels can walk in the desert for days.
Without water.
Horse can do the same. Donkeys can do, jockey can do the same. All those ones are given to hardship. But for cattle, they are lazy, they are big, and they are heavy. So they don't have to go far. So you breach them. Let's have this
ranch them.
And let's do. I mean, this solution. Every time we talk about it, we just keep talking. The government is not listening. Nobody's listening.
It's been months since this administration established a Ministry of Livestock.
Yes.
Yeah, well, we remember them today.
This is the primary
over 1 year
constituency. This is their mandate, right? To ensure that one of the reasons why they justify the creation of this ministry is so that they can solve this problem.
Yes,
but we have this problem continuing, and it's
and the ministry is in existence.
Yes,
collecting salaries.
They just got life. To be fair to them, I think just months back, since it was established months last year, they just got life, so to say. Implementation. Some few months back, some 2-3 months back. But that said, what exactly are they doing? They've complained about funds and how much they would need.
What's their strategy? Do they need fund to come with a strategy?
Oh God!
My point is that they need to get to work and fix this situation.
Their salaries.
Yes, we cannot continue to have people cannot live in their homes and be leaving their homes because
foreigners,
because of private business,
because of
strangers
foreigners
just come with guns. I have on good authority that in communities close to Uromi, these things have been consistent.
Even in Delta states,
they've been consistently killing,
maiming,
and raping.
Which is why they formed the vigilantes to search the vehicles.
Yeah.
Right? And they had information that this particular, I won't name the name of the company, that the truck that was carrying them, that this company is carrying a truck of headers and they're armed. Now, I think people keep on forgetting that when they talk about the jungle justice part of it, that we have continually had onslaughts of headers, armed, maiming, killing and raping, right? We now hear that these people are coming and we come onto your truck to say we want to search, and one of you then attacks us and stabs me, right? And then you say, oh, I should come and arrest them in the face of being killed with all of this ammunition that they have, and then send them to the police, who will eventually forgive them and rehabilitate them so that they can come back and kill, maim again.
It's really sad, and I think we need to go beyond statements, making statements. The presidency is quick to release statements, and the president will give.
When you say
Nigeria is afraid of the Fulani cabal.
Yeah, when you say you have condemned
the
killing, I don't understand what that meant.
That they are looking for the killers.
So
I think they found 14 of them.
when you now condemn the act, what next? You don't do anything. You don't get now. Okay, they are now finding the killers because it is now the Southerners that killed. How about the
Northerners?
Yes, in Agatu,
they didn't find the killers.
In Agatu, for example, there's a lady that came out on the internet to talk about the fact that her village is lost because when they couldn't bury her mother when the mother died because her village is no longer in existence because it has been overrun by herdsmen, and their cohorts. And when you have such kind of story, you ask yourself, how many persons of the Fulani extraction have been arrested as a result of this Agatu case?
The ones that are arrested are rehabilitated.
Where are they?
This is really sad.
Yeah, so
and conventional media, like traditional media, pardon me, it's a conversation. I'm constantly on the radio, and it's a conversation that it's so sensitive. Was said to be so sensitive. You don't go there, right? You don't want to be found having that conversation, and I think that we said this between 2015 and 2023 during the Buhari administration, and it's just we continue. I think we're just going in circles.
Buhari's administration emboldened them.
Very true.
Because when he came in, every call made at him to check his kinsmen went to the rock.
He was unaware.
Went to the rock. He was unaware. So when Buhari Tinubu came in and said he was going to continue from where Buhari stopped,
he was going to be unaware also.
Yeah. So these people decided to entrench in like manner the same thing they did under the previous administration. And now the people like Uromi are saying no, that
we're not taking it.
Yeah, they're not going to take it.
DSS chief has told us to defend ourselves.
By the way,
you see that statement. You see that statement that the DSS.
That the police and army cannot defend us.
Yeah, you see that statement he made. I believe he made out of frustration. The man is fed up too. And you see, when my senator representing me in the federal house, suggested, that's Ned Nwoko, suggested that Nigerians should be armed. I was among those who condemned what he was saying because, I mean, why should you be saying that a lot of people would die? But
now that DSS is telling us to defend ourselves.
I'm just coming. I came back 2 days ago from Atlanta, Georgia. Everybody is armed in Atlanta. A woman shopping have a gun in her purse. Everybody is armed. You understand? When it was first introduced in the US, a lot of people died because people were misusing and abusing it. But today,
everybody behaving themselves.
Yeah, it has become now
norm.
A statecraft that before you match me 2-3 times, I will gun you down.
Ewo.
And before you come on me, you know, I'm prepared for you too. So the society now looks very calm. Nobody fights.
Everybody is behaving.
Nobody fights. People go about their duty. Some people don't even carry their guns again.
So international law is right.
Yeah, some people don't even know where their arms are again.
International law is right.
In a way.
To get peace, you must be prepared for war.
Yes.
I don't know about Nigerians carrying arms. I'm not sure I want to be carrying guns to the supermarket. Because the DSS chief has told us to defend ourselves. Maybe we cannot truly condemn the Uromis for defending themselves.
That thing he said is not enough. We should defend ourselves. Let him provide means and documentation and licensing for us to be able to defend ourselves.
The process of getting
and
license.
And then we'll take it to the National Assembly to go and make it a law. This conversation will not end here. You can send us a comment. But we'll be stepping away for a quick break right now. Do not go far, because when we return, Juror Kingsley will present his case titled Paris Visit Tinubu Another Buhari. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.